Next, a lion in winter.
And pets out in the cold after this.
Whether you're on television or at the office or enjoying an evening with friends, you want to look your best. That's why Tulsans depend on Royal Cleaners to give their clothing and accessories that crisp and bright look. Whether it's a leather jacket or a satin gown, Royal Cleaners can restore its good looks. 1-day service on most fabrics, 3 days on leather, suedes, even furs. Each garment is professionally cleaned at Royal's Tulsa plant. So don't panic the next time someone spills something on your favorite outfit. Get the Royal treatment, Royal Cleaners. There's a shop near you.
A tradition of incomparable elegance. Miss Jackson's Precious Jewels by Bruce G. Weber, where an investment in a rare quality diamond is both a sentimental and logical decision. Magnificent solitaires, certified by the Gemological Institute of America, clarifying quality for your protection. Select a treasured investment with the total discretion you've grown to expect from Miss Jackson's Precious Jewels by Bruce G. Weber, for the incomparably elegant.
Get off the ground. While you guys were experimenting, I invented a new dish for dinner.
Huh?
Smoked sausage. Eckrich smoked sausage.
We keep our experiments in the cellar.
Some experimenters.
Eckrich smoked sausage. Selected cuts of meat and flavorful seasonings. Fully cooked. Discover its great taste.
Eureka!
Great invention, Mom. Now maybe you'll make something that works.
Eckrich smoked sausage. Discover its great taste.
Tulsa zoo officials are still looking for a permanent home for a lion by the name of Andy. Last year, 2 of Andy's brothers were placed in a Dallas zoo, but an offer for Andy from a Bolivian zoo fell through. Zoo officials say it costs about $1,000 a year to keep a lion like Andy, and right now there are no prospects for a new home because the market for lions is glutted.
Not at this time. A South American country is considering about adopting him, but hasn't materialized yet, Debbie.
Have you ruled out euthanasia?
Pretty much so. We have ruled out euthanasia at this time.
Tulsa and other zoos are simply limited in space as to how many lions they can handle.
Neglected animals have been the target of numerous calls to a local humane society. Worried residents have been calling in about pets left out in the cold. Deborah Lindner has a report on that and what you can do.
Do you remember when it was 100 degrees back in July in Tulsa? Well, these polar bears sure remember that. They were miserable back then. But now they're in their glory, and they wouldn't mind if they stayed out in the cold all day and all night. However, polar bears aren't pets, and pets like cats and dogs shouldn't be neglected when it gets cold. While a polar bear playing in the cold is a pleasant sight, a little puppy in the same situation is not. The Pet Pride Humane Society is urging owners of young animals and cats to keep them inside at all times when temperatures fall below freezing. And if your animal is old enough to be outside, provide it with enough food and shelter. Many neighbors have called Pet Pride about animals tied up outside and never brought in out of the cold. For these instances, Pet Pride recommends prompt action.
They really need to press charges against the people for cruelty to animals for not providing shelter in this kind of weather.
But most people aren't willing to go quite that far.
Well, some of them do, but of course the only thing about it, it could warm up and the animal will be dead by the time you get your charges pressed and everything done. They might talk with the people about it, go talk with the neighbors about it and see if they can't urge them to keep their pets inside.
Remember, many pets belong indoors when it's cold as much as people do. For Total 8 Tulsa, Deborah Lindner reporting.
It's just cold on everybody.
It sure is. We had a little sunshine today, though. We got up to 23 degrees, and because of the sunshine, a lot of the ice and snow melted off the streets. But you should remember that even though it was probably fairly easy to get around today on the main roads, and it looked nice and slushy instead of icy, that it will be very cold tonight, down to 5 degrees, and that means, of course, that all the roads are going to refreeze. So, even though you got around good today, it will be slick tonight. This is the satellite weather picture, and you can see that the storm has moved into the eastern section of the country where travelers advisories and winter storm warnings are out. They had 4 to 7 inches in the band from St. Louis over to Cleveland yesterday, and they're expecting up to 15 inches of snow in New York City and the surrounding area. Right now it's only 48 degrees up in New York, but as soon as this storm moves into New England, it's going to drop very quickly, and as it picks up a lot of moisture as it comes across the Great Lakes, they will get a lot of snow. As you can see, it ranges from rain down in the south through freezing drizzle between the snow and the rain, and then snow up into the Great Lakes. These are some of the temperatures around the country at this time. 2 degrees up in Kansas City, and we expect to drop down to 5 degrees tonight. That's because the skies are clear, and when that happens, all the heat that collected during the day just escapes into the air, and it gets very cold indeed. Now, you can't see a cold front that's coming in. It's off in the Pacific, but it will come across the Rockies into Oklahoma on Wednesday, and because we are getting a lot of cold air due to high pressure, we could have another snowstorm or freezing rain on Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see just how cold it does remain, but it looks like we have a fairly good chance for another snowstorm. These are the temperatures around the state right now. They range from 3 degrees in Ponca City and Joplin to 19 in Ardmore. It's cold every place. It's 11 degrees in Tulsa right now. Last night it only got down to 18. I say only, that's cold enough. Tonight will be a lot colder. Our high today was 23, and it will be a little bit warmer on Monday and Tuesday, but then be pretty cold again on Wednesday. Let's take a look at the AccuWeather radar. Actually, there's nothing out there. What you see are reflections of higher objects. It's fair in Tulsa with a temperature of 11 degrees. The humidity is 70%. The winds are out of the northwest at 7 miles an hour, and the pressure is rising from 30.53. We had no rain or snow today. Our total so far this month is 0.18. Normal for January is 1 43/100. The sun will rise at 7:35 tomorrow morning and go down at 5:26. Now for the forecast, tonight will be clearing and very cold, a low of 5 degrees, winds north at 8 to 16. Tomorrow, partly sunny and 30, winds west at 8 to 16. Tomorrow night, mostly clear and cold again, 18. Then Tuesday, increasing cloudiness and warming up to 42. Wednesday, variable cloudiness, chance of rain or snow, but colder, 36. And Thursday, partly cloudy and a chilly 34.
5 degrees?
Yes.
Thank you, I think. It's going to be Dallas and Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl.
Carl Arky will be here to tell you all about it in just a moment.
We want to help you enjoy living, and if improving your home is one thing that'll help, come talk to us at Phoenix Federal. Our home improvement home equipping loans are fast and easy. You'll be working on those improvements, sawing, painting, and installing before you know it. Let Phoenix Federal make it easier for you.
Make Phoenix Federal Savings a part of your life.
The Buffalo Ranch Western Store in Afton is the place for winter western wear. Temco down-filled coats and jackets for every member of the family. Hats by Resistol. Buffalo Ranch has the largest selection of Tony Lama boots in northeastern Oklahoma, including exotic leathers. And just arrived, 3-piece pantsuits in both men's and women's styles by Panhandle Slim. For all your winter western wear, shop the Buffalo Ranch Western Store in Afton, where your business is appreciated.
Whatever you do, that look just comes through. It's confidence, confidence. Millions of people each day help keep themselves dry the sure way. Take off your coat, America. Take off your coat to show.
Sure keeps me so dry I can take off my coat with confidence. Some sprays go on wet and oily. Sure goes on dry and helps keep me dry all day.
Take off your coat to shore.
Now it's sports. Here's Carl.
Phyllis, if you were hoping for an all-Texas Super Bowl this year, you can forget about it tonight. Pittsburgh and Dallas will do battle in Miami for pro football's throne. Charlie Waters broke up a scoreless battle in Los Angeles this afternoon. His first interception led to the first score of the game in the third quarter. Tony Dorsett going over from 3 yards out.
Then Waters' second big interception came on this play. Ram quarterback Pat Hayden getting a strong rush from Randy White, and Waters stepping in front of the intended receiver and going down the sideline here. Hayden broke his thumb and had to leave the game on that play. The Cowboys went on to score. Roger Staubach hitting Scott Laidlaw here. The Cowboys broke it open in the fourth quarter as Roger Staubach went back to the air, rolling out to the right here, finding his tight end Billy Joe Dupre in the end zone, 3-yard touchdown pass. And the icing on the cake, well, it came on this interception of a Vince Ferragamo pass by who else? Thomas Hollywood Henderson stepping in front right there. He goes 66 yards for the touchdown. Henderson, who talked all week about what the Cowboys would do to the Rams, well, he goes on into the end zone, and like the fine basketball player that he is, he lays it up and in. Tom Landry, he's in the Super Bowl once again. And he's against the Pittsburgh Steelers this time, who are leading 14-3 in the second quarter today when Terry Bradshaw hits Lynn Swann from 30 yards out. Houston fumbles on the ensuing kickoff. The ball was wet all day long, hard to hold on to, and Pittsburgh recovers, giving Bradshaw a chance to go to John Stallworth, who makes the catch. He's shoved into the end zone for another TD. On Houston's first play after the kickoff, the Oilers fumble again. The Steelers recovering again. Roy Girella's field goal makes it 17 points in 48 seconds. Houston never recovers. The Steelers go on to win it 34-5 this afternoon. Tomorrow night we'll hear from Tom Landry and Roger Staubach about this afternoon's big football game, and of course about the one that's coming up a little bit later this month down in Miami. Lake Kelly's ORU Titans go for 3 in a row tomorrow night as they face the powerful Auburn Tigers at the Mabies Center. And Coach Kelly knows his troops are in for a physical game.
Is one of the big, strong teams that we play. We've played several of those, and Auburn is certainly one of them. They've got a 6'9", about 250